corner. So
Right.
get righteous.
And I the prettiest. Show up. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? Show up. But who am I? Show up. Who am I? Show up. I can't hear you. Show up. Show up. Show up. Show up.
What up, what up, what up, what up? I didn't have to do my shadow training this morning. Actually, you got the music.
I can't hear you. Shogun.
Yeah. What up, what up, what up? Good morning, everybody. You already know. Shan checking in. What's going on, Shan? Checking in this morning. The AM King show is in effect. Of course, it's J-Pad, the Juggernaut C in the building. And the Abbott, the Mello Man, PDC. LB will be joining us in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So keep it stayed locked in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 8 a.m. YouTube, Facebook, like, subscribe, share, and then don't forget right after the show, go on over to www and put it in the chat now because I'm multitasking like that. www.lfxmedia.live and check out the Woke Show. I said LRX, LFX. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to type on these little keypads on the phone sometimes, man. Sometimes it's tough to type, but we're in there. Yes, lfxmedia.com. There it is. Yeah, let's get some
live.
Oh. See, look, there we go. This is the kind of morning we have. I woke up way too early, and by that happening, I was so prepared that I was over prepared.
More than prepared.
Yeah. Here we go with the
juggernaut.
Yes, there we go. Now we got the right link. www.lfxmedia.live. Go ahead and get with the Mello Man as we proceed to give you what you need with the Woke Show. You know what I'm saying? How is the Woke Show coming along, Mello Man?
It is progressing, and we're getting to a point where we're about to start bringing guests on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want
to get the traffic flowing, and tap in with you, so we get a mobile detonation. You know, get all the connections done. Get that
a mobile detonation.
Yes. Explosion.
Yes. Overpowering.
Yeah,
man, that part. So the Woke Show is definitely in effect. See what's going on with you.
Oh, in here living training.
Yep.
Working on new music. So.
And for those who don't know, because I know, you know what I'm saying, but you definitely got an instrument that you definitely dabble with. You know what I'm saying, that people may not know that you play, but you know, let the people know one time for the one time.
Okay, so I play 6/7 finger pad, and also play bass.
Aha. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So y'all stay locked in. We got the musicians in effect here. You know what I'm saying? I play the bass, he plays the bass, he plays a six-string guitar. And people don't know that's different than playing a regular guitar. It's six strings is
6, 7, and
six,
8.
seven, and eight. Oh, 6, 7, and 8. An eight-string guitar. My. That's saying something without saying nothing. And real in the field, real in the field. Thank you for everybody tapping in and coming on in with us on the AM King Show. LB just left again. LB once again was in the building, but he left the building. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Things happen like that. But we're gonna get them warmed up a little bit. Sam Boone checking in. What's up, Sam? You already know. Thank you for tapping in, chat. You guys are the real MVP, man. We had a great day on Monday, and yes, we continue and we proceed. You know what I'm saying, to give you what you need on the AM King Show. We're gonna play one more track here. We always play our intro. The show enough intro is just our mantra. You know what I mean? We we come in like a tidal wave that just can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? Bummy Sean in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Sam Boone said, LB play the flute joint. The flute joint. Pause. We ain't gonna have LB playing no flute. What flute is he talking about?
Rolling and scrolling.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Leia, Miss Leia, thank you for tapping in again with the AM Kings. Sonia is checking in this morning. We got the AM Queens in the building today, as well as the Kings. Blessed Love, Ross Maisha, tapping in from Falmouth, Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Ross Maisha tapping in. That's the brother. You know what I mean? We all here up in attendance this morning, but I'm gonna run a track that an exclusive track, actually, guys. This track is going to be featured on the movie Blam Wrestling, and it's a track that I did. I'm thankful for Jay Roughbone White and Lay Lansky and the rest of the guys and the cast and the crew of Blam Wrestling for having this track on the movie. JJ Barnes, what's going on? As always, you already know the AM King Show is in effect. But I'm going to play this track for the people one time. You know what I'm saying? This is called Wait Till I Step in the Ring. And, C already is the boxing analyst and expert on the panel here. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Hands down, man down. But hands up, you got a chance. You know what I mean? So we're going to play Wait Till I Step in the Ring. That's the name of the song, guys. You know what I'm saying? So this is an exclusive for the AM King Show. Wait Till I Step in the Ring. Juggernaut. I ain't ready for war. This the final countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'ma let bombs fly until the final round.
Till there is none.
I'ma stick and move. Let's get in. Jab, bob, weave, duck, dodge, do the Philly shell. Get up in the ring, I'ma give him hell. Head snap back, make an eye swell. Bring me your best, I'ma send it back. Make a wrong move, I'ma lay it flat. From a speed bag to a speed knot. Thunder thump you like the juggernaut.
Hold up, I'm the juggernaut.
I'ma give it all I got. Standing in front of the destiny. Floating, singing like a killer beat. I put the V in the victory. Talking all crazy, wait till I step in the ring. All you do is motivate me, wait till I step in the ring. I am a gladiator supreme, wait till I step in the ring. You say that I'm crushing your hopes and your dreams, wait till I step in the ring. You talking all crazy, wait till I step in the ring. All you do is motivate me, wait till I step in the ring. I'm a gladiator supreme, wait till I step in the ring. You say that I'm crushing your hopes and your dreams.
Just wait till I get in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, fellas. That is called Wait Till I Step in the Ring. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah. What you guys think of that record right there, fellas?
Hey, I'm definitely feeling that. If you work out, that's the workout. You know what I'm saying? That's the motivation to get them abs, get them crunches, get your cardio up. That's it.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
it
Yes,
right there.
indeed. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. See what you think. Gotta get the feedback from the from the.
Mhm.
I got to be careful where I listen to that because I might just go punch someone in the face after hearing that. Only for the gym.
Gym only.
Facts, facts, facts.
Yeah,
Bow,
I'm digging it.
bow. All of a sudden, flashback.
Right.
Yeah, PTSD
Right.
is a real thing.
Backhand. Backhand. Whoops. Uh,
Right on,
My
right
bad
on.
with the song. My bad with the song. The song.
You know what I'm saying? One earbud in, one earbud out. Yes, indeed. Thank you, thank you. Sonya said it's definitely appropriate for the movie. It's a hype song. Leia, fire emojis. Thank y'all so much. And for clarification, Sam Boone said he was talking about the Chronic when he was talking about L playing the flute. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said rolling and scrolling.
okay.
Yeah. Rolling and scrolling. Absolutely.
Rolling and
Absolutely.
scrolling.
Sean, thank you, man. He said tight, tight. Yeah, wait till I step in the ring. Be looking for the movie Blam Wrestling coming very soon. It's a local Pittsburgh movie. It's about a struggling wrestling company based out of Pittsburgh that is on the rise. There's a lot of comedy. It's a comedy. It's got a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Even got to say rest in peace to the people that were a part of the movie that are no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? And they actually got a spot in the movie as well. Make sure you guys tap in to Blam Wrestling. Blam Wrestling is coming soon, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, we wouldn't be the AM Kings, and we told y'all that we're going to be keeping tabs on the NBA playoffs. So we're going to get our quick little rundown here from last night. The Indiana Pacers came in to Cleveland and shocked the world again last night with a final second three-pointer from one Halliburton. Because the caption said, "What the hell? What the Halliburton?" I mean, you know, I mean, you know, it's been a viral moment going on, but what the Halliburton happened was he hit a step back three with about a second left. I saw the game, and the 3-point shot was absolutely amazing. You know, this guy, you know, Tyrese Halliburton. Remember his name. That's him right down there on the left of your screen. Tyrese in the middle. He has woken up in these playoffs, and he is making the Pacers a believer. They are shocking the number one seeded Cleveland Cavaliers right now. The Cavs are down 2-0 to the Indiana Pacers, and they have to go back to Indiana for game 3. So be looking out for that. 120 to 119. Pacers come out on top. There's been a lot of buzzer beaters in this playoffs, guys. Like there's been a lot of buzzer beaters, a lot of exciting moments. I think the playoffs are actually in a good space right now. I think we can agree that playoff basketball is now playoff basketball once again. The competitive nature. I still feel like the referees are a little whatever, but you know, neither here nor there. The second game though last night was a shocker for game 1. The number 6 seeded Timberwolves were actually a heavy favorite to take game 1 against the Rockets. I mean the Golden State Warriors. I apologize about that. It's too early. You know, I was up too early. And yeah. And so LB is finally in the building. Damn it. What's up, L?
He froze me.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
Oh, there you
L
go.
is kind of like he's halfway cut off, but now we see him. Oh, there he is. Now we see him. What's up, L? Oh, he's having difficulties. He's having difficulties this morning. I don't know what's going on. Yo. Yeah, he's having some technical difficulties this morning, but we see LB and he's here with us. But yeah, even with Steph Curry going out the game, y'all, man, the Golden State Warriors still held it down, and they definitely took the game last night. That was a dominant performance, if you will. Steph Curry going out of the game with a hamstring injury in this part of the season. I don't know, guys. That might count against them. Who knows? I don't know if they can keep it up or not, but they had a nice momentum going from the beginning of the game and all the way through. LB, you with us now? Oh, no, he's not.
Maybe not.
No, maybe not. Maybe today is just one of those days the internet gods is not being kind to the AM King show. But yes, 99-88. The Warriors come out on the road, and they are some road warriors. This playoffs, guys. Like, man, these guys are they're really taking it to folks. They had a tough series, and I think that's another thing too. Talk about that a little bit. Like, these teams that have been on the road have actually been having more success in these playoffs than in previous times. You know what I'm saying? Normally the home court advantage is home court advantage, but these road teams are starting to steal, like the other night when everybody thought that the Knicks were dead in the water. Oh my goodness, here comes the explosion from New York. And that's a series that I'm watching very closely. Out of all of the series that I'm watching, I am watching the Eastern Conference a little bit more than the Western Conference right about now. But I will say this, the competitive nature of this Eastern Conference playoff so far has been phenomenal. And that Celtics Knicks series to me is going to be the pivotal series, because however that series ends up is going to pretty much determine to me who's going to be the next NBA champion. That's just my personal opinion. But let me get some thoughts on the panel. C.
It's amazing. I just can't help yet notice that this is happening because people are waking up. It's like, we really want this. We're tired of this. We're tired of that. It's time to wake up. And it's not even just in sports, it's in real life too. So it's like, hey, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
Especially for the Knicks.
I know. I was about to say you in New York, so especially for the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I really think that they have a nucleus that is really Steelers Nation checking in. Good morning. I think their nucleus is definitely tight. Mello, give me a little bit of the science on this.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the nucleus, wiki for the Nickies. No, listen, we all got bars. We got to display
That's
them from
right.
time to
That's right.
time,
We
right?
gotta put them on display, P.
Put these bars on display. But listen, I would like to big up the Knicks because I've been a fan. Not saying that that's my team, but I followed Patrick Ewing to the Knicks and was actually, Charles Smith, a lot of the guys, T. Mason, and traditionally the Knicks have been known for trading their best players, and they go on to be in the playoffs and crossover Crawford.
Oh man.
A lot of guys that y'all traded, and they ended up going further into the playoffs. So now, finally, I've seen some memes of. I don't know if y'all seen the thing with Cameron, where the dude came into the room and kind of stuck him up and told him to y'all need to get rid of Spike Lee. Yeah, he had a gun to his head and told him,
Yeah, it was like
"Look,
a
man,
a little
little
slapstick comedy.
little video
Mhm.
pair. Yeah, it was hilarious. But what I will say, big up to the Knicks, big up to the Warriors as well. That thing that you talked about with home court, I mean, winning on the road, that was something that the Rockets did most of the season. So when we came in, as a higher seed than the Warriors with home court, us losing home court, I wasn't so much worried about it. But one thing you have to say about the Warriors traditionally, from the top to the bottom, and that's what builds championship teams. They always bring in shooters. They always got 3-point shooters, and they always swinging the ball. That's real basketball. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
defenders. They
So
they have
big up
defenders. I mean, yeah.
defenders, and even without Curry. You know what I'm saying? Curry didn't do a lot in the Rockets series, to be
Right.
honest
But they
with
knew
you.
what they were doing when they got
It,
Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler, I know because I'm
mm,
a Miami Heat fan, hey, we'll be back one day, one day. But you know, what made that work, with the minimal amount of talent that Jimmy had around him in Miami, was his defensive, setting the tone on the defensive side of the ball, the steals, the uncanny block shots, the rebounds that he counts for. You know what I'm saying? And this is on the defensive end, and people don't realize basketball is just as much a defensive game, if not so more so a defensive game than it is an offensive game. Because yes, they have a bunch, and they stay loaded. P, they stay loaded with offensive weapons. The Knicks have offensive weapons. The Celtics have offensive weapons, but it's and a
and a
bench,
bench.
and a bench, because that's another thing we can't leave out. But yes, man, we gonna keep monitoring the NBA playoffs. We told y'all we was gonna do this. Go ahead,
One
see.
thing, one thing I will say, when I learned in when I played in varsity, I played varsity from Monroe in high school, and
Shout out
I
Monroe.
joined. I was a walk on, unheard of. I was a walk on after they won the championship. So one thing that the coach said, all the coaches said, points, offense wins games, defense wins championships. Offense wins
Mhm.
games, defense wins championships.
Absolutely, that's without question, and it's been proven time and time and time again. We could talk about the iconic block that LeBron had a few finals back. That was an epitome of that. That chase down block that he had on Iguodala literally changed the whole entire. No matter how close the game was, it changed the game, and it was the play of the game. You know what I'm saying? It was a block shot. So, we're gonna keep an eye on it. We're gonna move forward though. We're gonna give some love to our brother Millie and Gully TV, and we're gonna bring this subject up. Rusty Jooks, you know, he was talking MCs using ghostwriters behind the scenes. So this is the musical portion. Let's have a listen and see what Rusty Jooks had to say.
What up, what up? It's the King of the Crown checking in. Yo, I got a question for my MCs, right? Now, I'm the type of MC, I think if anybody write for you, if you got a ghostwriter, he writing all your songs and shit, you should never consider yourself as one of the top 5 or the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? You got a ghostwriter. You didn't earn that title. You know what I'm saying? So, on the flip side to that, I had a recently close friend of mine, a legendary rapper, a legendary MC, and a legendary producer. Both hit me up different times. When the rapper, the MC, he wanted me to do a chorus for him. He like, yo, I want you to do this chorus for me. But he was like, I got it written already. I just want you to say it. I said, all right, I'll do that. And the producer with the same thing. He wanted me to say a hook. So I guess, they like, yo, they was, when they wrote it, they was thinking like, yo, this Jooks will sound dope saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in the habit of doing that type of thing, but I fucks with them, and I understand why they wanted me to do it. But, as for anybody writing, and if it came up, if the song came out and people like, yo, you killed that hook and shit, I'll be like, yo, such and such wrote that, he just wanted me to say it. You know what I'm saying? So, but how y'all feel about that, man? Would you, if it was under any other circumstances, I would never let nobody write nothing for me. Like, you couldn't write a verse, you couldn't do, you know what I mean? You couldn't do no songs for me and I go in there and do it, and you know what I mean? But would y'all do that if as an MC, if somebody asked you, yo, I wrote a hook, I think you'll sound dope saying it, you know what I mean? Would you do that shit? Or would you be like, hell no, man, I ain't, not under any circumstances could somebody write for me, man? Let me know in the comments.
All right. That is Rusty Jooks via Gully TV. And it is a definitely a great question. It's a great question for the MCs out there. John checking in. All right, you made it. You made it to the show today, bro. What's going on? What's going on? You done made it in. LB is definitely tapping in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He was having technical difficulties, or I don't know if it was our end or whatever, but this is how the internet gods do us sometimes. And we also try to work through those things. LB is in the chat, though, if y'all can see LB. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think, C? The ghostwriter thing. I mean, Rusty Jukes, he did bring up a good point. I mean, a lot of people that are consider themselves MCs, and MC versus rapping is those are two different. Let's get that clear right off the bat. They're not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? What is considered an MC and what is considered a rapper in this day and age is definitely two different things. But as an MC, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? I mean, what is when he asked that question? What is your reaction to that? See,
In terms of writing, someone else writing a hook and they saying they think I would sound better on it than they would, then okay, I'll do you that favor. That's something like that. But in terms of my personal music and my portfolio, hell nah. No, you're not. No, no. Like you can say to me, you can put input and say like, I don't think you should say that word like that because this word has this kind of meaning, and the way you're saying it doesn't give that connotation and denotation. Well, okay, I'll accept that. In terms of what I'm saying and the lyrics and everything, oh hell nah. No, 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 no.
right, right,
Yeah, yeah. I'm an MC. I'm a master of the ceremony. So if I'm a master of the ceremony, it has to come from my heart and my mind. It has to come from within me. So if someone else wrote it, I can't emulate that because that's not me. That's me perpetrating a fraud.
right,
Honestly.
right.
So me, I wouldn't. No, if you're an entertainer, okay, you can go and do that. I do more than just entertain. I'm a master of the ceremony. This is ceremonial stuff we're talking about. So,
I hear you.
Right, 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 right. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh, it's bad. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. AP, what's going on, brother? Hey, what are you thinking? Oh.
I'm like Malcolm over here. Y'all hear me?
So I'm looking out the window.
Malcolm. Eh, No, by any means necessary. That's my conclusion to this. By any, it's a
mm,
production, and I feel like I sort of disagree
mm,
with C because not in your case, but in a lot of cases, MCs, masters of ceremony, are very braggadocious. That's their state.
mm,
They're very competitive, and they're very, oh no, like he
mm,
was just saying in that video we saw. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll throw a verse for somebody, but you know what I mean.
mm,
It's all about me and me writing. So not in your situation, see, but
mm,
most times it's a braggadocious situation. And let's go back to the Drake Meek Mill situation. You know where the ghostwriting conversation came in at that song The Rico. Shout out to Rico. Shout out to Rico. Where's the Rico? There it
Okay, the
is.
Rico.
Shout out to Rico. But if y'all remember that song, The Rico, uh, there was some thoughts of hey, who's helping him write this? And they actually ran up on Quentin Miller, Meek Mills and them, and beat him up and wanted him to confess that he was ghostwriting. So think about that song, The Rico. Think about 10 Bands. Think about Know Yourself. Those are all Quentin Miller written songs. Now, spin back, let's rewind to Quentin Miller admitting it and then feeling that he wasn't paid properly. So he wants to get on social media, YouTube, and spit these bars. Didn't work out so well for him.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
It was better. it was better in Drake's hands. That's why I say this is a production. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and whatever works for you works for you. But I don't feel like Drake can. And when Quentin Miller left the camp, Drake, Kanye, these guys have at least 10 writers that get credit for writing these songs, and these are classic songs that I could care less who wrote them. You know what I'm saying? These are
Yeah.
classic songs that are staying in my rotation. I don't care what's going on with Ye. I can go back to one of my favorite Kanye songs, which is actually not Kanye song. One of my favorite albums was him and Jay-Z when they did that Watch the Throne. What I felt like Jay's genius was, it's time for me to put the mic down. I'm passing the mic to Ye. And that's what I felt in Watch the Throne, and listening to those bars. Like, Kanye did get help, but those are classics that'll remain in rotation for me.
Okay. Okay. I like that, man. I like that. We go check in with the chat. John just diabolical. He said LB is back whooping them pygmies. Bruh. Dismos is in here. As always, Dismos checking in. If y'all didn't see us on Reservations for Three last night, we had a bunch of fun last night, man. It was a great show. Make sure y'all tap in with us on Tuesday nights on Dismos channel. John also said this: I've learned that for my music, I sing what I've written much better than having someone ghostwriting it for me. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, and I think that this is the reason why we brought this up, because it brings healthy discussion when it comes to the business of music. Um, Songwriters have been around since the beginning of time with this music thing. You know what I mean? And actually, there are people that are in the industry that's their strict role. Like this gentleman that writes for Drake, and how sometimes people are known as writers, and it depends on what genre you're in, but we're talking about MCing, and we're talking about rapping. You know what I'm saying? As an MC, I do not look at MCs as the type that would need to rely on somebody to write something for them, because they're self-sufficient. They're very much so brought up in a certain school when it comes to this lyrical, braggadocio that P was talking about, and lyricism itself. You know what I mean? So I think that for myself, I mean, I consider myself an MC because I've mastered the art of writing without writing. Even when you hear "Wait till I step in the ring," man, I wrote none of that down, not on physical paper. I mastered the art of writing without writing in my head. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I put my bars together, and I put sequences of rhymes together. But at the same time, and in the same breath, I can't say in my career that nobody has come to me and said, "Hey, Pat, could you write me something?" And there is another side of this. Like, if you're in the music business for songwriting, great. That's what you do. And there are people out there that need that kind of service. But as far as an MC is concerned, I don't believe that would ever be a thing that they would be comfortable with. And I think Rusty Jukes was bringing that up in his point. And I think that's a great discussion to have. For the people in the chat that are in the music business, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to chime in on that. But we're going to keep moving on with our rundown today. You know what I'm saying? We got time like the tide waits for no man. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about this section, because we need with this one. We need the Mellow Man's help on this particular subject. See if we can get this to call up, because our stream is getting a little funky. And I see now that might be what the case might be. We get these technical difficulties from time to time. It is what it is. But this is an article about Trump. I think it's ready now. Let's call up. There we go. Here we go. So Congress erupts over Trump's bill. Oh, real quickly, Dismo said, been there, done that, and was never trying to be a ghost writer. Yes, because for people that don't know Dismo's history, he is infamously known, or maybe not known, but you guys are going to know on this show, that he was ghostwriting for Eazy-E right around the end of Eazy-E's life and career. You know what I mean? So Dismos understands the ghostwriting game, and he can shed a lot of light on it. You know what I'm saying? Frank Gransman in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You already know what it is. The AM King Show is tapped in with you, and you are tapped in with us. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, subscribe, and share. We are on 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're on to the next subject. Congress erupts over Trump's $1 billion crypto deal. It says a $2 billion crypto deal involving President Trump's family and a foreign government is threatening to derail bipartisan stablecoin legislation that Congress has been working on for months. Here's why it matters. And see, these are the reason why I call it these kind of articles too, because we got the why and the what, and this, that, and the third for our understanding. You know what I'm saying? Yes, 24 Hours to Live by Easy E. Go listen to that record. Dismos actually wrote the lyrics to that song. Um, let's see here. It says why it matters. Democrats see the potential for gob smacking corruption in Trump's lucrative crypto projects, which they consider to be the clearest conflicts of interest in a sea of new business ventures launched by the president and his inner circle. Keep that in mind. We are not talking about a politician. We are talking about somebody that is a businessman, not that good of a businessman, as we all well know. The Trump family's crypto dealings could now jeopardize legislation that the crypto industry has aggressively lobbied for as a way to gain legitimacy and legal clarity in the U.S. Okay, so we got that part of it down. And what's happening? The Senate Democrats unveiled a sweeping new proposal Tuesday to ban presidents, lawmakers, and their families from issuing, endorsing, and or sponsoring crypto assets. Okay, the new bill comes days after the Senate Democrats suddenly voiced opposition to the Genius Act, landmark bipartisan legislation that would create the first ever regulatory framework for stable coins. Okay, so over in the House, Representative Maxine Waters, she is a Democrat, led a Democratic walkout of a joint hearing on crypto regulation, plunging the session into chaos in hopes of drawing new attention to Trump's alleged corruption. Okay, so we're gonna try to break that down a little bit, P. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some insight on it. You know what I'm saying? You are what I consider the crypto expert. There's nobody I know on you know, in my circle that really has an understanding about crypto like you do. So, you know, please shed some light on it, brother.
Okay, let's get woke, everybody. So let's start off with the chess game. You know what I'm saying? So Trump bringing in Elon Musk. Everybody was following his trades a few years back. Elon Musk has traded this, so let's get into that. So there, we talked about this on a show before this about the Doge coin that went up to
And the
18
Liberty
cents.
coin as well, right?
Right, right. That Dogecoin, the spikes that it reached, it got some people rich. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to uh when Trump first came into office, he was totally against crypto. But Elon got in his ear, some other people got in his ear. You know what? Get you a Trump coin. You know what I'm saying? So that particular Trump coin, and this is a formation or the succession of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer through crypto. So let me uh, paint this picture for y'all. So with that Trump coin, uh, 58 crypto wallets actually gained $10 million or better. 58 crypto wallets. So a crypto wallet, these crypto wallets are something that the crypto industry they don't use traditional bank systems. The crypto wallet actually gives you a chance to keep your money and not be under the legislation of normal banks. So these 58 crypto wallets, they gained $10 million a piece off of Trump's coin. Now, 750,000 crypto wallets, almost a quarter of a million crypto wallets, they all lost. And you know why they lost? Because they had very little invested. They had little bits of money. And this is what I'm saying about the big bank take little bank. Those 58 crypto wallets were probably those people in the top 2% of earnings. You know what I'm saying? The ones who control the market, and they're called whales. And I'm pointing out that this was a whale move on that, and I'm sure one of those whales was Donald Trump. He put his millions in, they put their millions in, and they control the Donald Trump coin. So basically, I'm giving you a kindergarten lesson on what's going on
Okay.
here in the crypto market. Back to
Yes, sir.
back
Yes,
to
sir.
you,
Thank you, sir.
Cussa B
Thank you for that
King.
context because we all have to be in kindergarten with this because crypto is not really a currency that is widely accepted, is still, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to take time for people to get used to what's really happening. Even that was a lot to process, even if we were in the remedial sector of this, you know what I'm saying? And we need to understand it though. And I think that it's really important that we bring these subjects up. You can go to other shows, guys, and see other things that people are talking about, but here we got to educate ourselves on finances. We have to educate ourselves on high vibration. We have to educate ourselves on things that are going on and talk about things that we all, kind of like have in common that we are interested in: sports, entertainment, things of that nature. You know what I mean? But crypto is a part of finances, and we need to start understanding as a people what these finances mean. But go ahead, P. You was gonna say something else real quick.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing to it. The market is actually controlled by AI. So AI knows, like, these people who are trying to get rich, they put $100 in. We're gonna soak them up like a sponge. And these people who have put a million in, we know AI knows that these people put a million in. We're gonna make sure that they are the ones that are successful. That's how it works. It's ran off of
Absolutely.
AI.
See,
I'm happy you brought up AI because every single thing, and well, even in sports now, it's being affected in sports, um, revolves around AI. Every single thing is
Vegas.
going towards AI. I promise you that it before the year 2050, they're trying to have the singularity before 2050 because they're setting up the AI to be the savior of everything that's going wrong on Earth. So
man,
again, so more than the truth is at stake here. More than the truth is at stake. The human soul group as a whole group is at stake. So
absolutely.
not to spread fear, it's just to let a person sink in. Like,
Awareness.
let me be right within me, because that's what's going to matter the most.
Right. It's awareness. It's awareness. See, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to have awareness. Just like uh Chuck said back in the day on Fight the Power, what we need is awareness. We can't get careless. You said, what is this? All right. So we got to get down to business. And that's it for the bar right there. I'm gonna cut it right there. Simply checking in. Good morning. John said it will fail like the rest of his business ventures. I mean, he doesn't have a successful track record with business ventures, so we know that. And thank you for saying that, though, because a lot of people don't know that Trump has had a lot of failures. He just so happened to be born into a ton of money, and he knows how to move his money around. He knows how to do this, that, and the third. And he has, financial team. He has people that are experts. I mean, when you have money, you can afford these kind of people, and they help protect his investments, and they help protect his family's investments. yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. But thank you. That was the money corner. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna go to the motherland, and we're gonna talk about this subject real quick. We need to definitely put this in perspective. It says independent states that are waging power struggles against the Western colonial rulers. You guys are going to want to have a listen at this.
In a historic move, Kenyan President William Ruto and Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore are leading a bold new Pan-African project that could change the continent forever. Their plan includes a single African currency called Afro Money, with a central bank split between Kenya and Somalia. But that's not all. Africans will soon travel visa-free across all member countries, creating a truly united continent. A new African passport has already leaked online, showing a stunning design that proudly displays each country's name. The project is gaining massive support, with Nigeria and Ghana set to become the headquarters of the new Afro Union, while South Africa will host the African Supreme Court. Burkina Faso president will be the chairman of this union. This could mark the biggest step toward African unity in history. However, not everyone is happy. The European Union is secretly opposing the project, fearing that Russia could gain influence in Africa. Reports suggest they are even threatening sanctions to stop the plan. Despite the pressure, Africa is rising like never before. If this project succeeds, it will free the continent from Western control, boost trade, and make Africa a global powerhouse.
Well. You heard it first here on the AM King Show. Like, subscribe, share, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to bring you information. Rain checking in. Good morning, King. You already know what it is. He said good morning to the Kings. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Rain. We thank you all for in the chat. You guys are the real MVP, like I said before, for tapping in with us on the AM Kings Show. This is definitely newsworthy. This is newsworthy, in my opinion, to see that these things are shifting, because we've been kind of like previewing and prepping this. Shawnee checking in this morning. What up, Shawnee? What's going on, brother? Legion Houses is in the building. You know what I'm saying? BX in effect. You know what I'm saying? What up, though, Shawnee? How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, man? Welcome to the AM King Show. That's my brother, Shawnee Shine. As a matter of fact, Friday morning, we're going to run one of Shawnee's tracks. We're going to play Shawnee. You know what I'm saying? If he has some time, we're going to have him come on the show so you guys can hear some good insight from the brother. You know what I'm saying? And he's on the podcast. What is it? The NYP podcast?
NYP Talk.
Is he still on?
Yeah.
NYP Talk. Yep. Make sure y'all check out NYP Talk. And it's on Tuesdays, right? He's on Tuesday nights, I want to say.
Tuesday and Thursdays.
Tuesday and Thursdays. Make sure y'all check out my boy Shawnee Shine. Everybody follow him in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Great brother right there doing what he does. You know what I mean? But yes, let's get back to the subject here. You see that Africa is starting to move their chess pieces around, and really get this continent. Because people think it's a country. Africa is a continent, people, with a gang of countries in it. Just so y'all know, because a lot of people think that, you'd be surprised at how many people in America think that Africa is a country. You know what I mean?
There's over 100 different countries in what? Like Kunta Kinte said it best. Like Africa is the place. Like you're talking to that horse saying nice ain't move. You say call him a cow. Like it's the place that we're talking about, not the words. You gotta be mindful of these things.
Yes. So now they're joining financial resources, and they're ready to introduce a lot of independency, kind of like similar to what the United States has going on. That's what I took from it. But what do you think?
Well, it's never trust a good thing for the wrong reasons. It's good that people unite. Don't get me wrong. It's about uniting. It's about how we unite. They're uniting for what seems to be a good cause, and I'm all for it. Yet also we must look at the end game. We also have to look at the end game. So we have to look at the moves that can potentially happen from this. So we know that they're moving towards for all of mankind to accept their new world order, because they had new world order May 1st, 1776. They've been trying to get us accepted since then. So this is what this all is about, getting us to accept a whole new world order. However, though, if we see this as a human race, we can unite and still say no to new world order, because the only power we have against them is free will. The only thing that they respect is free will, but you have to be willing to die for it. Once they see that you're willing to die for it, okay, then hands off.
Right. That part. Mellow man.
Yeah, it's like, can y'all hear me?
Yo, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's free will. It's like those 100 guys that want to go fight the gorilla. It's free will. A lot of y'all is gonna die. Trust me. The first 50 of y'all is gonna die immediately. You know what I'm saying? But that one guy might have at the end of the line, he might have something that, let me poke him in one of his weakest organs
Yeah.
several times, because their organs aren't that
Yeah.
strong, but their body is massive, but their organs internally
Absolutely.
are pretty weak.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: afro beats straight hair every time. It's like fine wine. You know what I'm saying?
No
So
doubt. No
I
doubt.
say that because we look at the wars that are started, and Mandela being arrested and all of these things, that we have to look at, again, they super continent. They don't call it the motherland for no reason. And then we pick these fights with Middle Eastern countries, which are uh, they're a surrounding area as well, that are rich, you know in soil and minerals. So Africa and Middle East, really have the 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 chance to supersede what this new world order is trying to come in effect. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with C. If you do uh take heed and separate yourself from the colonials, you have to have something set in place. Like we always talk about, people complain about food stamps, but if you don't have another program that's set to replace food stamps, what are we talking about? So it's a chess game, and we're going to keep protecting the queen.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I think that was well said. I was going to pretty much say the same thing. So, you guys stay locked in. John said there are 54 in Africa.
Yeah.
So make sure
Yeah.
that you
I
guys
was
are
excited.
aware. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little bit, but yeah, still for that's still. I mean, there are
Yeah.
54 countries in the continent
Yeah.
of Africa. That is mind-boggling. That is huge. That is just unfathomable. But yes, it is something worth checking out, and we had to bring it to you guys here on the AM King Show. Like, subscribe, share. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. YouTube and Facebook. We're going to go to our next subject because we try to give some historical information for those who may not know. You know what I'm saying? Basically, this particular
in the heart of the Jim.
Didn't mean to do that. But it says in 1926, 13 black men in segregated North Carolina defied the odds. What they built became the largest black-owned transportation company in the world. This is the inspiring legacy of the Safe Bus Company. Let's have a listen.
Crow South, 1926. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 13 black men pooled their money, not for survival, but for power. They called it Safe Bus Company. At a time when black folks were banned from white-owned transit, these men built their own fleet, their own schedules, their own rules. They started with just a few buses, but before long, Safe Bus was carrying over 2.5 million passengers a year. Black-owned, black-run, black-driven. They weren't just transporting people, they were moving a movement. By the 1940s, it had become the largest black-owned transportation company in the entire world. Proof that when we unite, invest, and build, we don't just survive, we dominate. To my people, I ask, how many of us today are willing to do what they did?
Mm, man, that is definitely some good history, some great history for us to understand. You know what I mean? Like that is absolutely so important. And I just felt like necessity is the mother of invention. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. Absolutely. Correct. Just we bring these historical things together just to show you guys there were times where when we actually pooled our resources and came together for a common cause, things actually went in the right direction. And I think that that theme resonates to this day. It's possible. It's very possible. When we join forces, we're able to bring you guys information, and it shows camaraderie, it shows unity, and it shows the results of what that can be. All you guys in the chat, everybody that's participating in the show, believe it or not, we are building a network, and that's building our net worth. So, big shout out to the Safe Bus Company. You know what I'm saying? See, you got any words on that?
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Only thing I would have to say, well, what happened? How come? Well, what was the aftermath of Safe Bus after the 40s? I'll have to look that up myself. Yet it also brings you back
It
to
kind of makes you want to dig
Tulsa.
in. It kind of makes you want to
Yeah,
dig in and see what actually happened after that, right?
yeah, and it brings you back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Tuskegee, Tulsa, the first
Yeah,
bombing in America, where Black Walmart, basically
Black Wall
Black Walmart,
Street.
Black Wall Street. Thank you,
Yes.
because just came from Walmart early. Anyway, yeah, how we banded together and basically had our own nucleus and everything, and times happen and trauma and all that. But anyway, it's a great thing that we have, and we have to consistently look at the great things that happen and say, oh wow, they fell there. Let me pick the torch back up, because the torch is still there. We can still light it. We can still light
Absolutely.
it. We can still light it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, light it up. Light it up. Mellow Man.
Yeah, without a doubt. Necessity definitely is the basis of, and I'm agreeing with you, Cousin B King. This all comes from necessity. What's needed. And I was going to say exactly what C said, going back to Black Wall Street, because when I heard the bus movement and the time that it was 1926, Black Wall Street was 1921. So let's talk about Black Wall Street and what actually took place. There's black banks, there's black theaters, and it's a whole it was a triangle of streets that the Gap Band took, they took it because they're from Tulsa. They took that name Gap Band from those
The
three
Gap.
streets.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So looking at the triangle of funk, you know what I'm saying? You see what I did there? The triangle of funk.
Triangle Funk.
Yeah. So looking at 1921 Black Wall Street, looking at 1926, guess what happened around uh when wa- when was the lady born? Uh Rosa
Yeah,
Parks, who had her own movement. You know what I'm saying? She was born around that time, 1926. Not directly. I know that was her. I can't tell you exactly. I could Google it real quick, but she was born around that time when Black Wall Street and that bus movement. And ironically, she ended up being a civil rights activist that, people just know her for just sitting in the white folks seat, but she actually was an activist who joined the NAACP. And towards the end, she had to move because there was so much going on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the credit that she deserves, that Martin Luther King actually got the credit for, you have to watch some documentaries about Sister Rosa Parks and see actually, how her life ended and how she had to like beg for coins, where she did so much for us as a people. So again, us protecting our queens, it goes back to the queen of Mother Africa again.
Man, well said, guys, and well said with the chat. John said, "Modern day, we are too busy competing with each other. Back then, if not for unity, there was nothing at all. Now we won't support each other if life depended on it. Sad, really." Yes, indeed. But the narrative can be changed, and this is the reason why we inject these kind of stories, so that way we can see that what happened before can happen again. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. We needed to have that historical moment. And of course, it is about the end of the show, and we can't leave you guys without a few of the funnies. You know what I'm saying? We gotta put them in, but this time I just decided to pick one instead of running a few. This particular one C found for me, and this is absolutely hilarious. Of course, y'all know that this is Michael Blackson right here, and he basically got cremated on this particular section of this particular show. You guys get ready to laugh. Have a listen.
I had no clue I was dark skinned until I got here. I got to America. He said, "You black?" I said, "Of course we are black." He said, "No, you black as shit." I said, "What the fuck you mean?" One guy told me I look like under the bed. Oh no! Yo, if you look under the bed, it's dark as fuck under the bed. They told me I look like I have no bright ideas. They said the difference between me and midnight is 11:59.
Shut up, man.
They said when God said let there be light, I was out of town. They told me Stevie Wonder sees me every day. That's dark as fuck. That motherfucker don't see shit. I had no clue I was dark skinned until I got here. I got.
Hey man, shout out Michael Blackson. It was too many. There's too many lines that he had there. That was just diabolically funny. That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious, guys. I hope you guys got a laugh out of that. See, thank you for bringing that one to us, because that was super, super funny. That was funny as hell. It's one funny guy, Michael Blackson. Got to give much love and shout out to him. It kind of tied into everything because he is African, and we've been talking about Africa this morning. So that is it for us today. Make sure you guys hop over to www.lfxmedia.live and check out The Woke Show. The Mellow Man is going to put it down like he always does every single day. Him and DJ Rob, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to both of those guys for doing it for us. You know what I'm saying? So for C, PDC, the Abbott, it is JPad the Juggernaut. We hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back on Friday at 8 a.m. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and sharing.